By now you must be thinking, do we have case studies or models where IT can take the effective role? Well, I mentioned about certain scenario where IT or the software product companies have built the business to progress their business, to make it cost effective, to make it more profitable. And in today's scenario, I am asking that IT department need to take that kind of role. Many IT companies have already, many IT organizations have already started taking that role, but it is not all over the industry. So instead of saying this as a case study, we come up with the futuristic model. What can be the would-be case study? So let's look at some of them. Whenever you buy an electronics product, be it a camera or a smartphone or any kind of high-tech electronic models, it may be a television, say, you may have seen that we need to do an online product registration. So that much is done. Now it is also important to collect the feedback from the customer to address the existing product issues and getting the new ideas. So there are two things as I am mentioning here. One is what is your current issue, and when I start using one product, I also come up with my ideas. I think if this feature would have been in my gadget, it would have been better. So today, the product registration is done separately, and the collection of feedback is also done separately for most of the organizations. Now, we are thinking of a scenario where the IT department in an electronics manufacturer company proposed to develop a system to collect the customer expectation feedback at the time of registration, or when you do the new product offer, or when you are offering them an extended warranty. What do we get here? This saves the valuable time where the business need to spend additional time in the market for the research and all those things. And it also helps the customer relationship management system and product lifecycle management system to bind it together, to integrate it together. So now what is unique here in this futuristic model? Such proposals may not often come from the business, as they may not be aware of the integration possibility. And in this scenario, when IT understands how business is working and they understand what wonders I can do using my IT skill, IT can come back to business, hey, can you do these things? And then business probably immediately pick it up and say, yes, I think it's a brilliant idea, let's go for it. So this is a model that we are thinking of, where unless IT thinks proactively, they want to make themselves important to the business, they want to participate in the strategy definition, and they want to contribute to the product development. Unless they do those things, they will not come up with this unique value proposition. Otherwise, in a conventional way, okay, whatever requirement we get from the business, we just implement it. In that case, business also work in a normal way. They will not get great benefits if IT start thinking in the forefront. Let's look at the second one. Today in India as well as in North America or Europe, we order online many things. It can be of any community. It can be electronic gadgets, it can be a grocery, it can be any furniture items, household items. And the biggest pain today is that how long I need to wait to receive the item at home. So you must have seen in Europe and America, one way people avoid this kind of inconvenience is that probably you collect from the nearby stores. One of the internet retailer has started this concept in India as well. Just last week I saw the news. Also, they are planning to use drones in America to deliver the items to the end customer. Now think of a situation. When you go to the bus stop, you see using the satellite navigation system, they give you the real-time information that how many minutes your bus is away from you, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, even it predicts up to the 2 minutes and 1 minute. When the IT personnel think about it, they can think about implementing this technology for this delivery system. So let's say today the package is supposed to arrive at my home. So if the satellite system tracks the delivery truck and feed the information into the backend, which comes on your website, and you can track it on the website that well, this is 2 hours away from my location. That is a way the end customer can make their plan very smartly. So it's not that he or she needs to take off from their office or make it work from home. So they know that it's going to arrive towards the evening. They do all the activities and come back probably 1 hour before the delivery and accept it. What is the value adds? The customer delight, less number of calls to the customer care center like when my delivery will arrive, where usually we hear that it will arrive between 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock today, what definitely customer doesn't like. No last minute surprise to the customer, and by providing such facilities, probably customer will come back to the same organization again and again, and that means more business. So what is the uniqueness here? Usually the selling is done by the internet selling company, and in terms of tracking the delivery, they have a low-level integration with all logistic companies. One of the reasons is the IT departments are not integrated here because two are different companies. So the IT department, if they start thinking in a proactive way and propose this to the parent company, that you involve your logistic companies, you ask your logistic companies to implement this thing, then this can be implemented. Otherwise, probably the business will not even think about it. On the other way, even the IT department, the logistic company also come up with that kind of proposition that we can attract more internet selling companies to use our logistic companies because we provide this kind of service for their end customer. So that is the uniqueness, and unless IT start going to the forefront, this kind of thing we will not be able to see. We'll see the third and the last futuristic model here. Nowadays, many of us buy the smartphones, and to be frank, probably nowadays it's very difficult to get a normal handset cell phones. All we get touchscreen smartphones at a cheaper price. Now the irony is, many of the customers probably don't know how to use maximum of their features, and it is so difficult for them to understand from the manual. Even nowadays manuals are also not available as a handout. You need to have a computer and have a PDF and go through the PDF. So one of the IT organization come up with a proposal that let's make it an interactive session for the end customer, where with the different options the end customer can go and tell business, not business, I'm sorry, to the internet interacting feature or some application, that how do I use this thing, or this is the problem I am facing. Usually the business and IT together will be able to predict what kind of problems typically the users will be facing and what kind of yes and no logic need to be implemented. And this interactive application, if it is made available over the internet for the users, they can use it themselves. They don't need to make any call to the call center. They don't need to go outside. So there will be more educated users of the smartphone, and they will appreciate that much better, and that will increase the business of the smartphone better. Again, value adds are customer delight, less number of calls to the customer care center, no last minute surprise to the customer, and more business. What is the uniqueness here? Business might not have thought about such idea because they don't know what is possible through IT. And these are the typical areas where IT needs to take the control of the features than the main product departments, because these are the things usually IT departments work with. So from these three futuristic models or future case studies, we get an answer what areas can IT team participate to define the business strategy. So we talked about three of them, and when IT departments start taking proactive measures and start taking a holistic plan, there will be plenty of it. There will be thousands of such models where business would be benefited from this. Coming to the summary page, what we are trying to convey in this webinar, that information technology has come to a point where we'll need to bring the next phase of revolution in the business world. Information technology still has more to offer than business people think. It's not going to be any more requirement gathering. It's going to be requirement introspection, like the example I gave for John, who came up with the tax filing automation forms, and also various other case studies we spoke about. IT is not going to be a support center for business. It's going to be a research laboratory to partner with for them. Those who will progress will have the best information technology experts with them. Of course, the conventional IT roles, as we spoke about, they are continue as usual. And this change of mindset will make IT important, will make IT to go for another 10 years or 20 years and make it a new era in the information technology. The countdown begins today. Thank you so much for attending the session. And as the format of this webinar session, we can go for the question answer session.